when Ubungosi says that South Africa does not work, I want to say, he says that South Africa is rotten. Now, I want to say that the black man is rotten. But I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Amandla, Kawetu, Inkululeko, City, Isolate, Africa. Well, I do understand that I've earned my seat on this table due to my grievances and my outbursts on seeking to understand the relationship between the black man and the black woman. I do not have the time nor the energy to go and invest and find out what does the white man or the white man think about the black man and the black woman. Mine is to stand as a black woman and try and understand the relationship between the black man and the black woman. Because at the end of the day, we eat into each other. So I believe that the problems of gender hierarchy did not begin with our encounter with the white settlers, because we already had ways of living which subjected women to a secondary ownership of their bodies, to become destined nurturers and caregivers and cooks and nurturers of the family. We do know that historically, culture was used to oppress and deny the black woman of her humanity. But culture is an evolving way of being. If it doesn't evolve, it has failed us. And it does not and should not have a place in our society. Culture is the primary mode of being that helps formulate different ideas that exist in our society today. This is through putting structures of how we should relate to each other, who is who, what do we do, who does what and why. We have seen our brothers reaffirm their manhood by putting a price tag on women's bodies. This culture of blessers, the blessee and the slay queen. We are that generation. But I'm interested in the relationship of these two bodies and how they relate to each other. Each other and also the society that they live in. So I will use Black consciousness to help us unravel and understand the relationships and the relations that take place in these two bodies. I understand Steve Biko, the father of Black consciousness, a husband, a father, a womanizer, a patriarch, a black man not immune to the teachings of his forefathers, to have given us tools as to how we should conduct matters between the two bodies. I also know him to be a man of thought who has wrestled with the idea of the black man in a white man's world and what role they should play in liberating the black nation from the stench of white domination and oppression. He left us with these famous words saying that, black man, you are on your own. There's a part of me that automatically wants to understand this burden that comes with the responsibility of having to free a people and a nation. But I am not a black man, so I cannot say what it is and what it means to inhabit the body of a black man and what it feels to be a black man in this country today. So I will take this statement from the literal form, from being born black in a white world that has deliberately isolated the black man from his world, where he continues to antagonize the black woman in order to reaffirm his manhood. We talk about initiation school. Exactly, the ramifications of initiation school are exactly what black men are doing to us at home. But also looking at the black man where he knows nothing about himself and of himself, but that which he was taught by the white man, as that is who he aspires to be. Biko says the responsibility of this man is to free himself and free his nation from the shackles of oppression that the white man bestowed upon this black man. This man walks in a shadow and seeks to free himself from himself in order to be able to bring liberation to the black nation. And we understand this to come through black consciousness. Though I believe Biko might have missed a mark when identifying that the black man is to be the form in which liberation comes to the black nation, I seek to see and understand what he means when he says that, black man, you are on your own. I understand that one of the major steps into knowing the self is to face your fears and your demons. Biko talks about the elimination of any form of fear. And I would like to talk about the fear of the black man in relation to the power of the black woman. In order to create a world where the black man can belong to himself. This is what this is about. Untateko Mabuso, who was a former student at Wits University, he writes and he says that if black men allowed themselves to feel, he talks about the terror that exists within the black man, where he imagines that the black woman seeks the same reality as that which he does. He says that what the black man, much more like the white man, his idol, his role model, what he has done is he has projected his desires on the black woman. Because his fragile masculinity leads him to want power above all things. And he imagines that this is what the black woman desires as well. He then goes on to say that what a senseless terror he has, what a poor creature he is, to kill, to rape, and to murder his sister, his lover, his one and only friend. I then have doubts if this is the man that Biko imagined would help deliver us from this evil that the white man bestowed upon us. I do understand that the black man, more like the black woman, is oppressed. They both have endured a stench of the white man and the white woman who has benefited from their broken bones, broken families, broken children, broken societies, and broken spirits. So we know not what the black man is outside that which is created and crafted in the image of a white man and his world. So when wanting to deal with the relations of this body outside the white encounter, it becomes very difficult. Then I ask myself questions as to how then should these two people relate to each other? Because the reality is that we can't run away from the fact that black people need to liberate themselves. Ekhaya kwa Langa, Ekukuletu. These places should be non-existent for black people when we understand that how did we come to be? How did we come to live Ekhaya? How did we come to live kwa Langa? And who orchestrated what we are currently living under right now? And we also can't run away from the fact that white men and white women are still benefiting from the fact that we are still present in these spaces. They will come and they will tell us that, well, we do understand that the township should be called a suburb, ne? And also that black people are suffering. They have a proxy of our oppression. But it's time that we as black people, as black females and as black males, come to a place where we identify that the black man will not save us until he understands himself first. Because what the black man is currently projecting at us right now is that which he is not given by the white world, what is denied. Udadawam, for instance, he worked at, there's petrol. So the only time that he would be home was after 2 weeks. And in that 2 weeks, he would only be at home on the weekend. So the only time that my dad had with us in a month were 4 days. All these other days that he was, and wherever he was trying to make a living so that we could be able to have a better life, go to school, get to experience the white world, however it comes, to help isolate us actually from our culture, from our parents, and also being who we are. So, until we understand that the black man is what whiteness has created in him. And so is the black woman, actually. But also to help the black men understand that when we talk about wanting to liberate ourselves as women, we are not taking anything away from them. We are simply asking for the very same thing that they are asking for from the white people. So that is my understanding of the black man. And I am trying to understand the black man outside the white lens, but I continue have to be going back to that in order to understand our contextual reality. Thank you.